through. I can't believe it's the end of January, crikey. Hasn't time flown? July. So today it's what I've brought in July. I've got quite a selection of things. I'll show you these first. They've been in one of my hauls before. So there is a shop called Paper Tree Nook on Etsy, and she sells beautiful wrapping papers. They're Florence ones and things like that, and she also sells them in 6x6 like sample packs, and you get 10 for, I don't know, about £2 or something, and then a couple of pound delivery. They're not very expensive at all. So I've had 20 again, and I think with the ones that I've got left from last time, these will probably see me through the year. So I don't know if you can see on that, at the edge of these, there's all gold, really very pretty. Same with that one, that's got bits of gold in. I think she's got about 200-300 to choose from, and on the listing there's a code, and you need to like write 10 different codes and just send her the codes in a message, and then she'll do you a sample pack. That's got beautiful gold on. Can you see? Yeah, you can see that. That's very pretty. So yeah, I just thought these would be great for collage, and they're a nice, you know, they're not thick like scrapbook paper. And I've got 2 of those ones because I must have liked those. And there's some nice swirly patterns. I do think I'm going to have a roll of these when I do some journals and have them as inside, you know, your end pages. I've got two of that one. Even that's got little bits of gold in, and some with ferns. I've got a couple with birds. That one's lovely. And then a couple of, well, one Christmas one. And then those 2. So yeah, there's lots to choose from. So that's Paper Tree Nook on Etsy. So I shall put that over there to get put away. I've also bought myself a plain journal, just a craft paper. I forget what size I had. I think it's a B5 slim, something like that. I thought I didn't fancy a traveller's notebook, but I didn't fancy a proper, you know, like A5 size. I thought this would be a nice size. Let's just measure it just for, so it's 5 across and 7 down. So this is from Red House Bindery, and they're also on Etsy. I think it was about £10, which the reason why I wanted this, because you're probably all thinking, why don't you make your own plain journal? If I'd have made my own plain journal, I would have used the papers that I wanted to use. The whole idea of buying this one is covering the pages and making it into my own journal, and I thought I'd do, that's cute, do a video on it. I like that idea, showing, you know, how I change the pages and things like that. There's a little butterfly there. Oh, nice tea staining. So yeah, there's a very Good selection of pages. It's made really, really well as well. Colour's beautiful. So it should have some fun. Oh, some little cut out mushrooms. That's sweet. Yeah. I like that. I like that. So yeah, I thought it'd be an interesting thing, and like I say, if I'd have made it myself, I would have, you know, done it exactly how I wanted to do it. So I thought it'd be interesting to see what I can do with somebody else's. I didn't expect to get any like little pockets and envelopes. I thought it was just a plain journal. So that's a nice surprise. So yeah, really good starter journal. So obviously I shall decorate all the cover. I will be doing it in a botanical way, and then shall do some journal with me videos. I think I might change this string. It's a little bit, I don't know, I think it's just a little bit too thin. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. And I might even use that as a template because it's a nice size. And then there's a little pocket at the back. But yeah, it's been sewed and put together really very nice. So that's Red House Bindery. I had these from Camilla Crafts. So that's Julie at Camilla Crafts. She sells the straw paper in, I think, packs of 20, and she started doing these fabulous envelopes. So I thought I'd have a few of them, and then all I've got to do is decorate, because I was low on straw paper anyway, so I thought if I make me own, I'm then going to have to buy straw paper, whatever. So I thought I'll have some already made up. And then I've had some more lovely tickets in there. I asked for the cream and brown ones to go with my autumn things. So that's Camilla Crafts. I will put all the links down below, and you can find Julie on Etsy. Really neat sewing. Very nice. So that's them. I think I've got enough tickets now to keep me going. So let's have a look at a couple of books. Like I've said, the last couple of months it's been really hard to get hold of books at a reasonable price. I've had this one loads and loads of times. The pages are a really good height for popping in journals. They're just over 7.5 inches by just about 5, and they're fabulous for fussy cutting. So there's quite a lot of writing in the front, but there's absolutely loads of birds, and this is a good book because there's writing at the back of it, so you're not losing any of your pictures. And so they're really decent size, and they're pretty easy to cut out. So ones like this, I would probably save the page and use that in a journal, because, well, I'm not keen on cutting out and having two. I don't know why. And they can be really fiddly. Same with that one. I might cut that one out and cut that one out, or I might just use the page. They're normally one of the first ones that I get out, the tip ones. Beautiful. And sometimes I even cut round this bit. So like this one, if you just cut this out and stuck it to something, it's in a funny angle. So I would probably leave that on. Oh, it's really, I mean, you could watercolour that, I ought to have a go at it really. It's not something I've ever done. We have got watercolours in the house because Eleanor sometimes does a bit of watercolour. So yeah, fab book. I'll say you get lots and lots and lots. I think there's some owls at the back, or that might be the other one, because there's a couple of these. This is obviously the garden and field birds. So it's a colour guide to familiar garden and field birds, eggs and nests, and it's made by Octopus. So that's that. Got it from Amazon, a couple of £. And this is from the same collection. Does it say? I'm thinking some of it. Yeah, so they do woodland and hill birds, marshland and freshland birds, freshwater birds, sea and coastal birds, wild flowers, trees, flowering shrubs, gosh, I can't talk, minerals and rocks, freshwater fish, mushrooms, mammals and mountain flowers. So I have had quite a lot of theirs. And again, this is the same, that you've got the writing on the back part, and these are really easy to cut out. And again, I either save the whole page or cut them out. Probably, you know, something like that. I'd just save the whole page. And I'm not a great lover of just sticking these ones in. What I've got the wings up, closed. So I would probably leave that as a full picture. I just think if you take the picture away, it just makes them look funny. I suppose it's personal preference. So again, that's the Octopus book, and that's the Familiar Guide to Butterflies, Caterpillars and Chrysalides. Normally I just put in a colour guide to Familiar, and then most of the books then come up. So that's the only books that I got from there. This is another Etsy purchase, a Crafty Alley. Absolutely beautiful paper with a shop name on. It's such a shame that it is all everywhere, because that would be beautiful paper to use, but I'm guessing that's why she's put a name everywhere. But yeah, it's and it's a nice paper, so I don't quite, it feels bad throwing it away, but I don't really know what I would do with it. It's a lot to cover over, so I shall save it for now and have a think about it. So she sent me a couple of little cards, which was nice. Ah, I'd not noticed that little pink heart. And here comes the sun, not today. And watch more sunsets. That's lovely. That's just a card and a thank you. So she was selling some little fussy cuts. I'm thinking these must be done on one of those scanning and cuts, but I just thought they was very Edith Holden, and I liked the size of them, because if I'd have got a book with things like this in, I couldn't cut those. I really couldn't. So you got quite a few, and there was only a couple of £. I thought they're good to add to your stash, because you know, you can spend a long time keep fussy cutting things. So, and I thought these was a lot cheaper than, you know, buying the Tim Holtz just for the botanicals in that, even though I am ready to buy another Tim Holtz. But yeah, I'm going to say all these will get used up. So that was them. I think she did half sets and full sets. So I think the full set you got two of everything. but yeah, for a couple of pound, it saved me a couple of hours of fussy cutting. Obviously, you couldn't afford to buy all your fussy cuts like that, but yeah, I thought for the size wise, I thought that was a good idea. I have had a scalpel. I did have one before, but I wasn't sure what blades it took and all the rest of it, so I thought if I have a new one, and it says the product number of the blades, so I shall write that down so I can keep replacing the blades, because I was starting to get into using the scalpel and the metal ruler quite a lot until my blade went dead, and I was getting pretty, you know, more confident with it. I think it's a bit nerve-wracking because it is such a sharp knife, and I wanted to try it with fussy cuts when, you know, you've got a flower and then you've got a gap at the side. So I thought I'd see if I can practice and get better with that. So that's that. That was off Amazon. I think it was a £5. But I think you've got three spare blades and you've got a little case to keep them in. Again, I will put all the links in. I've had to have a new hole punch. I'm really gutted, and I think, well, I know Amy at Crafty Cat's got the same problem. I've got the Fiskars one, and I've not had it very long. Before, I only had a little tiny hole punch, and I was actually like using bottles to, you know, make a template and cut round it. And I thought, oh, I'm going to treat myself and have one of these, because I saw everybody using them and I thought, well, they must be, you know, really good. But it is good when it worked. But now when I cut through something, it just gets stuck, and then it rips your paper. So it's fine, you know, just putting a piece of paper in and cutting it. If it ruins it, I'm not bothered. But say if I'm doing a file folder and I've decorated it all and all the rest of it, and then I go in and, you know, just try and take a bit off for a thumb hole, and it rips me whole thing, I'd be gutted. So yeah, I think I'm still gonna, because it is a different size. I think I had the 2-inch in this one, and I think this is 1 1/4 or, yeah, you know, it's probably nearly 1 1/2, and I think that's a 2. So I did think it would be nice to have a 2. It is a 2. Yeah, because this is the only round one that I do own. So I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of people use these ones, and this does look a lot more, what's the word? I don't even do it. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, this kind of just feels more robust. So, I mean, I would like perhaps the 1 1/2 in this as well, but I'll leave that out. Yes, it's really heavy, that. So yeah, it seems like you have to put it in quite a far way to yeah, it should be fine. But yeah, I did just like the thought of that one, but yeah, anyway. I've also had a corner punch, because I had one corner punch which was a 4mm, which is fine, it rounds corners. But when I do like the jumbo tags and stuff, the 4mm, it's just a little curve, and sometimes you want that more rounded edge. So I thought I'll have one that does a couple of different ones, so I've not got loads of different punches. So that's that. This wasn't expensive at all. I feel like it was about £8. And you know, a single one can be that, but I don't know if it's any good. I have seen a few people use it, but I've not heard anybody, you know, say if it's good, bad, or what. But yeah, I don't want too many punches because the place that I put them, I've not got an awful lot of room. So I bought, I think, a third of a pack on eBay. Sellers who sell paper pads will sell part of the pad, and that's very handy for, you know, if you're not doing loads and loads of things. So I had these for autumn. I think it's Dove Craft Wilder Heart. That's beautiful. So you just get one of each paper instead of two or three. That's got a nice wood on, and there's that Harlequin. That's a nice backing paper. That'd go nice with the Tim Holtz stuff. Because I've been looking today at how I would use the Tim Holtz stuff. I knew the dog was going to bark. There's about 3 dogs outside all barking at each other. Let me just pause a minute till he's stopped. I'm back. Yeah, today I was looking at the Tim Holtz pieces that I'd made already in the Tina Mass Makes that I'm doing, and I was thinking, because I'm going to have 6 different sets, so obviously I want to do different things with them. I was thinking of doing Traveller's Notebook, then like a A5 or something, and then I wouldn't mind doing a couple of different folio type things. And I was just thinking, you know, what backing papers would you use with it? Because I don't know if using Tim Holtz backing paper and then all Tim Holtz pieces, if it'd look way too much or not. So I was thinking I could do with some, you know, quite plain dark colour. But I did end up thinking I'll probably just do it with like graph paper and coffee stained paper. But yeah, using something like that would be good. Well, that's lovely with owls. And this has got acorns. So I've had this to perhaps make some Traveller's Notebook covers. Then I'll sew it, you know, to 2 sheets to make it a bit thicker. So yeah, there's not a great deal of pattern in there. That's a nice one with the leaves. Yeah, see, that would be a nice Tim Holtz. So I might end up using some of these with the Tim Holtz paper, which makes me think I might end up buying a full pack of this so I can have the same paper running through it, or the same, you know, two papers. Quite like that idea. I'll have to remember that. And then these are single side ones. Like that one, newspaper print. That's it. These are quite thick ones, the single ones. So that would probably be a good journal cover if I then back it in craft card. And there's that one. Oh, that's another really nice one. And that's embossed, so all these frames are raised up. Do like that. And then one with antlers and a plaid. Do you call it plaid or checked? So yeah, that's that. There's not a great deal of actual picture pages, but yeah, nice for the tones. I do like the blues and the greys and the browns. So that is that. My friend Teresa on Instagram sent me a link to some paper pack, and she said, oh, I think you'll like this. And it was because she's from Canada, and it was scrapbooking.com, and I always thought that we couldn't order from there. I can remember going on a different website and it wouldn't even let me have a look because I wasn't from America. So I didn't think that we could order from there. And then when I realised we could, oh my goodness. I've had, I never knew that places sold just one sheet of things, which is absolutely fantastic, because sometimes when you've bought a padding you think, oh, I wish I just had an extra sheet in that. So I was going to have the full, let's rise that up a bit. Sorry, it's like a bit better. You can see it a bit more now. Yeah, I was going to have the full pad, but I don't know if it was out of stock or not. So I just thought I'd have a few sheets, but it is only paper. So it would need backing with something. And again, I thought these would make very nice covers. And I had never heard of Simple Stories. I'm going to say, when I looked on Amazon, there wasn't really. I don't know if there was nothing or if there was just a bit of something. I'd be a bit torn with that. But if you was doing a journal, it'd obviously be better to do it with that side. And that lovely. Oh, that's from the Autumn Splendour, and the others are from the Great Escape. That's the Great Escape as well. And then I saw this. Again, it's somebody I've never heard of, BoBunny. I bet you're all going, oh my goodness, she been living under a rock. But you know, we really don't have craft shops. We've got like the Works, which is mainly like a discounted store, which has stuff that is pretty just cheap brands, really. And then we have, I forgot what it's even called, Hobbycraft, which their paper section, it's really not very big. You know, even to get some Tim Holtz, you're hard pressed. So unless I know of something, I don't know what to search on Amazon kind of thing. So yeah, I'm a bit sheltered. So I've had this Botanical journal collection. I did search it on YouTube to get like a flick through and stuff, and I do think it's a couple of years old. I've never owned a pad with these holes in as well, because obviously they're hung. So yeah, this is beautiful, really nice paper, but only one-sided. So I think I'm gonna have to coffee stain the back. I'm just thinking maybe just paint it over, because I don't really want, you know, the fronts coffee stained. I like the pictures as they are. So this is something I've bought for next year. That's beautiful. That reminds me of the kit that Teal and Tatter's done. She's bought out a beautiful kit. But I'd bought all my summer kits and stuff. But I have favourited it because I think it's going to be one that I use next year. And when I saw this, I did think that it would fit beautiful with that. Oh, that's fabulous. I mean, that'd make a fantastic cover. These rich plums. So yes, I'm really liking BoBunny. And it was about 2 weeks to get here. The postage wasn't too bad. I think it would be probably better to do like a yearly order and just have, you know, quite about 3 or 4 pads and stuff all in one go. That's nice how they've got the sellotape as if they're pressed. Again, that'd be a nice Tim Holtz. I'm guessing there's a couple, yeah, I'm guessing there's two of each. And say that'd be a good Tim Holtz as well. So yeah, before I do those folios, I'm really going to have to think of what backing paper. Love that there's a couple of sheets of tags. So yeah, you get two of them. Yeah, it's just a shame they're not two-sided, but at least, you know, you've not got to think, oh, I'm going to lose the other side. And say the backing papers really do match. I even they've put them like the one underneath as well. Oh, I'd not noticed that. Yeah, because that would be like a lace edging. Oh, clever. Oh, and the... Right. Is that what the strip's for then? To tell you? Oh no, because the strips... Oh, anyway. Yeah, so I'm absolutely blown away with this. I feel the same excitement as when I had my first Tim Holtz. So that's the BoBunny. So I will put the link in for that. But I'm sure everybody else has heard about it and has already had it and all the rest of it. So I think the rest... Oh, I've got a couple more paper things. So I saw this lady on Instagram, Diane, is it Trigaskis? Probably pronounced that wrong. And she got these lovely this is all her original artwork. She's got these lovely notepads. I mean, I'm not a great fan of white, but for writing my daily lists and stuff like that, I like white. So yeah, I'd bought these for, you know, just writing, you know, video ideas, notes for me Etsy, things like that. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. The covers are really, really nice. Yeah, they're really quite thick and a lovely gloss to them. Let's put that one on. This is my fave. So yeah, and that's her card. So she was on Instagram, but the shop's on Etsy. So I've actually visited her shop again, and I know it's early to think about Christmas, but I have bought a few things. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, I've got my coaster here, and the grandchildren bought me that because they call me Nana Rainbow, because making the dream catchers and stuff. So they think that I'm a fairy, which is lovely. So I always use that one. So that's now going to go next to my computer, and I've got myself that because it so reminded me of Edith Holden. It just looks like it. So that's my new coaster. And she also does these little stationery sets. Look at that. So I don't know if I'd dare try and coffee dye it or what, but yeah, I couldn't resist. So I might save them, and you never know, might get myself a pen pal. So that's them. And then I've obviously started thinking about autumn. Found a lady on eBay, and I didn't want to buy, you know, lots of you know, balls of things, so I thought that was a perfect. There's quite a few different ones on there, so they'll make lovely either tag tops or to put in little clusters and things. Yeah, that was really reasonable as well. And there's going to be plenty to, you know, I bet you I don't use it all. Probably have some for next year. So that's them. I could do with some greens like that. I have kept looking on Etsy, but I've not seen anybody just sell the greens. I've got some browns. I've had these beautiful, I'll probably call, is that an aubergine? So in a few months I'm going to be doing some lavender things, so I thought they'd make nice embellishments. I think they stick as well. Yeah, that's nice. So that's them. I did show you that in another video when I'd ordered the blue to go with the bird folio, and that was off a eBay seller. So that's that. And then I've had some some fabrics, because I don't really have any fabrics, and I thought it'd be just nice to have some, you know, a few brown fabrics for making ruffles for pockets or things like that. And this was only a couple of pounds, and I thought it just gives you enough variation for things. I do like that one. So that's that. I did buy one in the spring, what was all yellows and pinks and stuff, and it did come in handy for certain things, and that's plenty for me because, you know, I don't really work with material. Oh, I saw this shop. Artie Mays had shown what she'd bought from her, and she's called Olive Originals on Etsy, and she sells these beautiful pieces of sari. I'm really not into, I love boho things and that, but not for me making journals type thing. But because of the really muted tones and very autumnal, I thought these would come in handy for little flips and stuff. That must have been a scarf. That's beautiful. It's so light, it's like a feather. So yeah, this was really reasonable. And got some nice little details on. Gosh, she must sit for hours just cutting things. That's a nice piece. Is that like a, yeah, it's got like a lining on it. It's a little bit of peacock. Yeah, really good selection. Some, it's all so thin, it's just, is that one piece? No, two. Yeah, it's got static, so it's all sticking to each other. So yeah, really beautiful. So hopefully I'll be able to mix those in with things. So yeah, autumn is my favourite time of year. I really do love the browns and the greens and the orange. And then I think this is about the last thing. I have used quite a bit of this already. This was like a mixed selection of laces, because I really haven't got any like crochet trims and things like that. And I had, when I was like doing Edith Holden and stuff, just buying, you know, a metre of something. So I thought this was a really good pack. There's some really long pieces, and I think there's about 12 different types, and it's all lovely colours. This was like a coffee and cream pack. So I don't know what I've been using it on, but I've been using it on the Edith Holden folios, which you'll have seen now. I think I used a lot of this thin trimming, so that was perfect for underneath a pocket. So, and this is giving me chance to play with different things and know how I'd use them. Like these, I've been using these as tag tops, and I use that as an edging down the cover. So yeah, because I've not had that much experience using this kind of stuff, I was a bit intimidated by it. Well, not so much intimidated, but just didn't know what to do with it. So yeah, I think this was about £8, but I was absolutely blown away at how much, and you know, the different varieties, and they're all very long pieces. It's not just, you know, a bit of this and a bit of that. So yeah, happy with that. And then I just bought some, I think I bought this from the same person I have the bows of. I've just got myself some, this is the lace what I normally have, because this is like what I'd use in Botanical things, and I love this one because you can rip it and make it into three separate ones. So this kind of thing's enough for, you know, botanical type things. And then I've just had two different types of leaves. There's this flat one and that one. And then I've not had this before. I tried some like craft zigzag stuff. So yeah, this is what I mean about normally a metre. So it doesn't go very far at all. And then I've had these leaves as well. But yeah, if you buy a couple of different ones, you know, that will last me ages, just having a bit of this and a bit of that. But it does you know, add up when you buy it in small. But you can't buy everything in you know, large quantities. You'd never use it, and you know, you wouldn't be able to get to it, would you, to be all stored away, and just to get a bit of something out, oh, I'd be traumatized by it. So that is what I've bought this month. I don't think I've bought quite as much as I bought the month before, but like I say, I'm thinking about what I'm doing in autumn and stuff, so I wanted to start getting some things. So I don't think I've got a lot more to get. I've like now starting to think about winter. So yeah, I suppose with any it was the same as when I did the made the dream catchers up. Obviously, you know, your Christmas themed hangings and stuff you'd want in your shop by like August, September type thing. Otherwise you just get left with them till the following year. So that is that. I shall now put all this stuff away, find a place for it. I'm starting to bulge out a bit now. I keep having a bit of a tidy around and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, that's me for now. I hope everybody's well. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just really tired at the moment. I had the 3 weeks of doing the unfinished pile, which didn't get finished. But I made a massive dent in it. But because there was quite big projects and things, yeah, I just feel really tired from it. And I'm not really in a crafty mood this week, which is a first for me. I don't even think I've ever felt like this since I've started crafting, but I do think I'm just probably exhausted. I think, you know, I've probably had my YouTube channel now 3-4 months, and both of the shops have been really busy and stuff, so it's been all pretty full on, and then, you know, making the stuff and filling the shop and orders and stuff, it has been exhausting. So yeah, I'm just a little bit flat, which you can probably tell by my voice. So I think I'm just going to leave it for a few days and just get my mojo back. Like I say, I've started just tidying things and stuff. That always helps, doesn't it? And yeah, and I've got loads of projects I want to get on with and stuff. I think I'm a bit fed up that I didn't get the unfinished kind of done, because it was like, get all that finished into, you know, before I start on something new. But I feel as if I'd have carried on with the unfinished. I've still got a couple of projects I want to do for the summer, which is butterflies and lavender. And I thought, well, if I'm another 3-4 weeks doing me unfinished, it's going to be the end of August. Well, really, I want to be, you know, doing autumn and stuff by then. So I think next year I probably won't plan out to do as many different projects, because yeah, I've done a lot of different themes this year. And obviously I make everything from the small embellishments all the way through. So I tend to make about 30 odd things for each project I do. And I don't think I can continually do that amount of stuff. It's been like a year now that I've been doing that. And it is exhausting. It can get really tiresome. So yeah, I think I'm not going to do as many projects next year. I think I'm going to stick, you know, this year really. And I think that's why I've done a lot of projects, because I knew that I liked botanicals, that botanicals, you know, was my favourite type thing. And, you know, doing browns and greens. More than the floral type. But I think this year it was kind of explore different colours, different themes, because, you know, it's my first year doing it, and I think I was trying to find my style and stuff, and I think I've kind of got to that place, and it is, you know, the real dark greens and the browns and stuff, but then I'm really drawn to the blues. So so I think next year I'm going to be more casual and just make what I want to make that day type thing, and not have such set out plans. But because I'd had the dream catcher shop for a year before that, and obviously I went from full-time work to part-time work, I had to treat the dream catcher shop as a business. So, you know, you've got a lot of planning to do, pre-ordering things and things like that. And so when I started with the paper, I'd got the same head on, that I'd got to do everything in collections and got to do everything, you know, this collection by this date and things like that. But I don't feel that that's working for me with the paper. So I think next year it will be more big projects instead of lots and lots of little things. Really love doing the altered file folders, and I do 2-3 different types of the file folders, and there's millions of ways how to do the file folders. So I really want to explore that kind of avenue and get more into, because I really enjoyed doing the little hardback notebooks, and so yeah, just playing around with books and altered folder, and not so much loads and loads of you know, small embellishments and things, because I don't really make, I've not made a proper full journal, because I tend to make that much embellishments and that for the shop. By the time I'm working on a journal kind of to fill myself, I've run out of steam. So yeah, I'm going to be more journals and altered folders and stuff, and just being a bit more relaxed with it. So that's me. That's where I'm at, because obviously, you know, if you have been a customer in my shop and that, and you do start to notice that I'm not selling certain things and things like that, yeah, obviously I wanted to let you know that's whether, I don't know if I'm just feeling like it's because I am tired or not, so we shall see what happens. But yeah, I've just been procrastinating all day really. And I've not got a lot of anything done. So anyway, that's me for now. I shall let you know further down the line if well, you'll see, because obviously I'll video it and you'll see in my shop and stuff. But I'm going to start working on the butterfly things that I want to make. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any of those on camera or not. Wanted to get a few more of the Shabby Dabby Doodah and the Tim Holtz things filmed. I would like to start doing filling the journal on camera, and I want to really make some Edith Holden ephemera and stuff. So I'm thinking about doing a few different series on different types of tags and pockets and things like that, but I'll be using the Edith Holden, because I thought I'm doing the Tim Holtz ones, you know, I'm going to end up with all this loads of ephemera and stuff that then I can make folders and journals, and I've already got the themed stuff ready for me to put in. So I don't know if to do the same kind of thing with the Edith Holden. So yeah, yeah, that's me. I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee. Sorry for droning on. Oh, that looks so pretty. So yeah, that is what I bought in July. I should put all the links and stuff in the description. So I shall see you soon. Hopefully I'll have a more not happy head, but more positive head. But yeah, that's me for now. See you soon. Bye.